Okay, so we are going to do another star practice. This one is called Five Rings Unbroken, and it is by the pictures I can look and see. These are real pictures. I'm going to say that this is a nonfiction, expository, or informational text. I'm going to put it over here. Nonfiction, informational. So with that, I know my focus is going to be main idea, get my brain ready, and supporting details. That's going to be my focus as I'm reading this. We're still going to annotate with all the normal markings that we do. We're going to circle key terms, underline, important info. We're going to box. What do we box? Yes, unknown words. I heard it in your brain. Just kidding. Unknown words. Okay. You don't have to write this. When you guys take your STAR test, this hopefully will just be in your mind of how you do it. If you need to write it, that's great. Go ahead and do that. But always keep in mind that we need to make sure we have the same markings all the time so we know. So here we go. 5 Rings Unbroken. At the opening ceremonies of the Summer and Winter Olympic Games, teams of elite athletes from around the world enter the stadium under the flag of their home nation. They represent their country's finest examples of physical prowess, endurance, and discipline. The athletes are ready to compete. Their faces beam with pride as they smile and wave to the world. Okay, when I look at this, I immediately see the word is underlined. I know I'm going to be asked about this word. Now, either they're going to give me a dictionary entry, or they're going to ask me how is it used in the sentence using context clues. So if I look at it and I say they're at the Summer and Winter Olympics, I know that just not anybody can go there. They have to be a great athlete. So teams of blank athletes from around the world enter the stadium. So right here, even though it is underlined, I'm still going to put my context clues tells me that it's great. If I do look it up, it's going to say basically the same thing. It says like the best in the thesaurus. Elite means like a great, but I could tell that from, I know who's in the Summer and Winter Olympics. They're not just any, guy that's wanting to be in there. They have to work and show how good they are. So these kind of athletes are from all around the world are represented with this is the best of the best coming from their countries. They have physical prowess, endurance, and discipline. Again, if I don't know these words, I'm going to look them up. And I did. So this is actually the best skill. Having prowess means you're the best in that skill. And endurance means you go on even though it's hard. It's like all the reading that you have to do. Even though it's hard, you keep going. You have endurance. That's what we're building right now. And discipline. The athletes are ready to compete. And their faces are beaming with pride, and they're smiling and they're waving. This is just the first part. This is our introduction to what this is. So a flag bearing 5 interlocking colored rings is lifted, and the Olympic torch is brought into the arena and touched to a massive cauldron. The warm glow of the natural fire brightens the night. Right there, those are tone words that the author is using. Warm glow brightens the night. This gives a really great feeling. These tone words, warm glow brightens the night. The flag bearing interlocking rings. I bet that's this right here. And they have a flag like this. And if you recognize this, this is the symbol. But if you don't recognize it, we're going to learn about it more. Okay, so let's I'm going to read the caption. The Olympic flame is lit at the end of the opening ceremony of the 2010 Winter Olympics. So I can see all these people, they're holding hands and they're around this huge area that's lit up, this big area, and then here's the symbol of the Olympics. Without a doubt, if Pierre de Coubertin, creator of the modern Olympics and the Olympic symbol, witnessed the scene described above, he too would have been smiling. Coubertin helped revive the Olympic Games after they had been banned in ancient Greece more than 1,500 years ago. All right, we're going to go ahead and stop here and annotate. Stop. Okay, so you should have highlighted Pierre's name. He's the creator of modern Olympics. That's important because he's not the originator of the first Olympics. And the Olympic symbol. He is credited with reviving. This means bringing back to life. The Olympic Games. They have been banned, which if you didn't know that needed to be looked up. Not allowed in ancient Greece more than 1,500 years ago. So my note here is just Pierre. He started it again. Okay, in 1894, Coubertin formed the International Olympic Committee, the IOC. The IOC, of which Coubertin was a member, purposefully chose Athens, Greece, as the site of the first modern-day Olympic Games. The committee felt that this was the appropriate choice since the ancient games began in Greece nearly 3,000 years earlier. All right, go ahead and stop. Okay, so you should have noted that this date, Coubertin formed the IOC, and he purposefully chose Athens for the modern day Olympics because that's where it first started. So I'm just going to make note. This was formed and Athens was chosen. I want to make sure that I know this because that's important. He chose that again. Okay. The goal of the modern Olympic Games was to celebrate excellence and promote peace. Coubertin's Olympic Games had a very humble start, though. Only 245 athletes from 14 nations attended the first gathering in 1896. Despite the small number of participants, the common value of athleticism connected all participants and spectators. Go ahead and stop. Okay, you should have noted that modern games, their goal was to celebrate excellence and promote peace. But he had a very humble start. Only 245 athletes participated. And even though that was a small number, the common value for the athletes they connected the participants, the people in the game, with the spectators. So even if it was a low turnout, it still was a success. So the goal was peace, but they did have a low turnout. All right. Later, the games were even less successful. Few countries participated and other world events distracted viewers, but Coubertin was determined that Olympic Games would grow in significance. To promote the Olympic message of unity, Coubertin developed a symbol for the game. Here we go. We're going to learn about that. Okay, so after we make sure we note that it was less successful the next time, he was determined that this is going to be important, and so he developed a symbol for it. The symbol Coubertin designed included 5 rings, which signify the country's participants, which signify the continents participants came from: Europe, Asia, North and South America, Africa, and Australia. The colors in the Olympic symbol, blue, yellow, black, green, and red, rings on a white background, represent all the countries. Each country competing in the games has at least one of the symbol's colors in its national flag. In this way, each continent and country is connected to the games. Go ahead and stop. Okay. We should have noted that his design included these 5 rings that signify the continents that the participants are coming from. And also each of the colors represents a color in each of the country's flag. Think about it. We all have these colors in all of our flags: yellow, black, green, blue, red, white, all of those. So everybody is connected to these games somehow through this symbol that he created. Okay, Coubertin's symbol was presented to the IOC in 1914. The symbol was first used in the 1920 Olympics in Belgium and has been used in every Olympics since. The symbol itself has changed only slightly since its first use. The rings are now shown 3 at the top and 2 underneath, whereas originally they were interlocked in a single line. The symbol's message of unity, though, remains the same. Go ahead and stop. So in this paragraph, it's important to see that he presented it in 1914, and then the first time it was used is in Belgium, and it's been used ever since. The symbol's been changed a little bit. At first, it was 5 across, but now it's 3 and 2, and they're all connected here. But the symbol of the message of the symbol is still the same: unity. That means everybody together. Unity together. It remains the same. So I put the symbol changed. Should put that. Symbol changed a little, but the message is still the same. All right, last paragraph. Today, the Olympic rings are one of the most widely known logos on Earth. A study revealed that people were more familiar with the Olympic symbol than the logos for the Red Cross and many successful fast food franchises. Coubertin accomplished his mission to make the Olympic Games an event known around the world. Go ahead and stop. Okay, so today the Olympic rings are one of the most widely known logos on Earth. That's the most important thing in this paragraph. That's amazing. This symbol is the most known even over the Red Cross and some fast food places. So he accomplished his mission of making the Olympic Games known around the world. Even the study says that most people know this symbol right here than other symbols. Let's look at this picture right here. The U.S. gymnast Gabrielle Douglas celebrates her gold medal during the 2012 Summer Games. You can see there's a logo in the back. And here's Pierre. Mission accomplished, sir. That's a mustache. Okay, now remember, we're also probably going to be asked about a summary. Who, what, when, where, why, and how. So make sure that you really understand what this paragraph is about before you get the questions. Okay, good job, guys.